I know what true love is between siblings, like family members, or I know what true love is between, two friends, owner and their pet. I know what true love is, between two strangers. If I were to see it like as a third person, but to actually like feel it and be in the moment, that's gonna have to wait. No one can like me past the month. I need affirmation, confirmation, configuration. Cause like I don't want to be like, oh yeah, we cool when we're not, and I don't want to be like, oh, I don't know, we're not really when we are. You know what? That's why like I was mad, because it's like, wow, I let myself go through all this shit when I shouldn't have to. But like I said, I did nothing wrong. Hear me now. When I get treated like that, like it makes me feel like, oh, I'm doing it all over again. There I go caring about someone who doesn't care about what I'm feeling or what I have to say. Like they don't appreciate me trying my effort. It makes me feel like a loser. Honestly, none of this would have happened if I would have never lost who I was. Kind of Mario about it, like good love and protection, make me your selection. Whatever happened to him, by the way? He was a really good singer. Like, for example, imagine I'm on my phone, right? And I see this beautiful action figure and I'm like, I want it. So I add it to my wish list. I start saving up money. I start making a shelf for it. You know what I mean? I see clearly that the marketplace is not selling the action figure by itself. Like, oh, if you want this action figure, you're gonna have to buy it in this whole jumbo combo pack with other figures inside of it and unnecessary items. And that sucks, because the characters that come with it, I don't give a shit about them. I don't even like them, like who wants all these unnecessary items anyway? And it bums me out, because it's like, really, I can't just get the beautiful action figure by itself? The marketplace doesn't know that they can make more money by selling the action figure by itself. But it seems like the marketplace has no intention on changing their minds anytime soon. So I sadly had to remove that from my wish list. I would bombard you with messages telling you how much I miss you and sending you weird love letters and poems and telling you how much I like your fucking face. Be a little aggressive, so I would have attacked you with kisses. I would have drowned you in cuddles, and I would have suffocated you with my hugs, and I would have had you worn out with my affection. It's always that whole, I wish you well. Couldn't you tell after all these years? Or days, weeks? Oh, god damn it. Nothing but the biz on YouTube. It makes me appreciate myself as a person. And for example, I always post motivational, inspirational quotes to help people. And I don't just post these out of my ass. Like, I'm actually doing it because I'm actually doing it myself. I sure do hope you guys are learning a lot off of this. You're all probably wondering how I still have faith in people. Well, one thing's for sure, not everyone is the same. Only if they're from a different area, like from a certain area where it's like, you from the hood, right? Because everybody from the hood, like I don't want to be mean or anything, but like they all share certain character traits, if you know what I mean. But like I said, not everyone's the same. And as a performer, entertainer, you gotta choose your audience. Like, I'm literally sticking to my fucking rule. I gave it my fucking Hancock. No more people from the hood. I'm done. I'm done being Haley Williams. No one's an only exception. That is it. It's like when something's not meant to be, it really just not meant to be. So don't force it. Love is like a fart. If you have to force it, it's most likely shit. And remember to always take everything as a sign. Take everything as a signal, like a red light. Like, just take it. If you need to walk away, you better fucking walk away. No, better yet, run away. Old habits die hard. Yeah, okay, you're changing, but something happens, or without thinking, you immediately go back to the things you were doing before, or just the same old situations. If you don't love yourself, how the hell are you gonna love somebody else? I like me someone who has self-respect. I like me someone who has his dignity, who cares about themselves, stands up for themselves. You get me? Who's not afraid to be like, hey, you know what? No. And that's sexy. Wow. They stand up for what they believe in. I got pretty depressive because it was like, why can't I just like someone who makes me happy, who makes me feel good? It's like, that's the way it's supposed to be, right? You're supposed to like someone who's always gonna make you feel better, not make you feel worse. It's like, damn, I can't just like anyone around here normally. I'm sorry to say, but I swear, y'all, Everyone from the hood is exactly the same. They be posting shit, sharing memes or something about how they want a bae or a boo to do this with them, to treat them all this and that. Okay, but once a person like that comes along, they shove them to a side. Like I said, it's either they don't like them enough, or they just don't want them. And it's like, but this person has everything you want. I'm telling you guys, it's always the same thing with these people. Different like stories, but same situations. You need someone who knows how to forgive, forget, let go, and move the fuck on. Honestly, all I ask for in a person is the most simplest little things. But of course, to people from around there, it's like so much to ask for. It's like fucking rocket science to them. And another thing is about some people around there, they just go for anything. You get me? I want to be with someone who actually wants to be with me. There's people out there who just like hook up with the next walking thing or willing thing just to get some. But then they complain, oh, this person's going around saying we fucked. Well, yeah, you guys did. A lot of people there are desperate. They always say, oh, they're not my type, but yet y'all fucking. These people lower their standards. They fucking lower their self-respect and everything just to get some. Like, it's the most important thing in the world. There was this annoying pesty ass guy who literally told me I'm not his type, yet he kept trying to flirt with me and trying to fuck me and shit. And it's like, I'm not your type. Why would you do that? He's definitely not my fucking type. Ugh, annoying ass, ugly ass, bitch ass. It's nice to be with someone who wants to be with you. Not just like, oh, hey, I'm single, you're single, let's just date. Just for the sake of being in a relationship. That's loser shit right there. Like, I like me someone who doesn't let themselves be or become attached to something that shouldn't be there. For example, like, I just want someone who's not attached to other people or like who doesn't have attached feelings with others and stuff. For example, like if that person has a fuck buddy, right? They fucking. But like you're talking with them, like you guys are seeing each other, you're trying to get to know each other, you guys are liking each other. But in the meantime, they fucking that person. Like, I'm not into that. Cause it's like you're here, you know, we're seeing each other, we're telling each other what we feel about each other, we're having fun, you know, getting to know each other. But like in the meantime, you fucking this other person. How does that work? You say you like me, but you fucking that person. That's why I'm not into people who have fuck buddies or feelings for their fuck buddies or anything like that, or who is a fuck buddy. That's why I said, when someone says they're single, okay, but you need to make sure they are emotionally and mentally available. Now, do you see what I mean? Like with my first relationship, this person didn't go to my school and they weren't really from around there either. And as much as I really wanted to see them every day, I kind of liked the feeling that I couldn't. I liked it because it's like, they don't know all of these losers that I go to school with. So I like that feeling. So after that, so I got cheated on anyway. That doesn't matter. Then with my next interest, like she went to my school or she was around, she knew all the people I knew, we were all friends, everything. And I was extremely iffy about it. I was like, oh man, like, yeah, I like her, but she's from around here and all this. And I was like, how am I gonna know unless I try? And I was like, fuck it. And then I fucked up my life. Sometimes it's always good to know when to not go for anything. It's important to know when to give up. It just sucks because like I knew I was iffy about it. Like my gut feeling was telling me, nah, dude, nah. I can't believe I was right. I just didn't listen to myself. What sucks is that I am an impulsive person. After getting so torn last year, like it made it worse. Like in this thing with this chick, the one I mentioned in the video before, my impulsive ways was over the top. It was bad. It's like no one's really helped me out with my ways. They've either been the reason for it or they've only made it worse. I've only known one person who's done both, and he is the biggest loser. Like the definition of pitiful loser fuckery you'll ever encounter. I know one day I will find my oasis. Be my oasis and I'll be yours tonight. I'm just basically saying that I haven't had anyone that's actually like helped prevent it or anything, and that sucks. But I'm older now, and like I said, I went back to meditation. I'm not gonna celebrate too early, just in case. And of course, when things like this happen, you know, people are like, oh, I just want to move on already. We all have that. It really showed me why I stuck to never having anything with anyone around there. Look, I know things don't work out for a reason, and it wasn't meant to be. Just fuck it, you know? with a dude that tore me to pieces. Him and I have known each other for 10 years. Now this asshole comes out of nowhere, you know, like I said, it was 2018, it was like March, April. I'm still trying to recover from the events that happened to me the year before. He comes out saying, oh, you know, I've always liked you and I want to ask you out in person and this and that. And I felt good. The little days where we spoke, it was like my only happy times. The only times I actually felt like really happy. It was only for like what, 12 days. Only times where I actually felt like I was beautiful. And then he chickens out. Like, if you knew you weren't good enough for me, why did you build me up like that? Why did you try to play with my feelings and shit like that? Like, if you know you're worthless, don't fucking waste anybody else's time. Seriously, like, you're just gonna hurt the other person. Then, at the end of it all, karma exists. So he's basically 9, 10 years older than me. Maybe the last time he saw me, maybe I wasn't so attractive to him anymore. Maybe because I'm of legal age now. Like, I don't know. I'm not saying anyone's a pedophile or anything, but it's like, would you still have liked me if I was still 16? You may never know. You know, for me, a relationship or like when you like someone, it's always like the effort. You put in effort, they put in effort. Balance of not only telling them what you feel, but also your actions. And those people who say things and say another or do another or whatever, if you're gonna say you want someone who's gonna treat you well and everything, but you never go for that person, just keep it to yourself. Like, stop talking out of your fucking ass. Seriously. And these are the same people, oh, this happened to me, yet you still fucking go for the same old thing all the fucking time. It's like an endless cycle of shit. I said with this guy, like, he wasn't even all that. I honestly could say I loved him. I did for years, and I never knew until he hurt me. And he didn't give a shit. Like, he didn't give a shit about me in the end. He just shoved me to his side like I'm nothing. For example, with him, he thinks he has things figured out. He thinks he's perfect the way he is. He can't even own up to his own fucking mistakes. That's why he repeatedly gets the shit that he does. Because he doesn't bother changing his destiny or nothing. He just stays in the same place. So he wakes up every morning to the same old thing over and over. I know, what a fucking boring life. Last thing he told me was that I have problems or some shit. Like I'm a depressive fucking freak. You're an idiot for calling yourself a fucking slave. Do you have any idea what slaves went through? You're half white and half Mexican. You have a fucking job that pays you and you have a house to go to and a bed to sleep in. Then he tried to act slick, but like, I know things and plus people have told me stuff too. Like, after I told him he hurt me, he's so disgusting. He tried adding my best friend. Yeah, even after I told him I loved him, there's different definition to what a lowlife is, and he's one of them. He's one of those definitions. He looks like the young Eric Clapton. We've all heard Eric Clapton's also a piece of shit. So it's kind of ironic. We all have a past. And it's up to us to change it. You get? It's up to us to find the two paths in life. To go and change like our destiny and stuff, or we could just keep having the same shit because we're uncomfortable with change. I shouldn't have to compete with the person's past. Who the fuck am I, Scott Pilgrim? I don't fucking do that shit. I refuse. Now, I want to talk about my best friend real quick. I'm always there for her. I always give her advice. She gives me the same thing. You see, I have a good friend, right? He tells me he thought I was dating my best friend because it was very cute of him. But I also took it as a compliment because it's like, if someone could see me dating, if someone thinks I'm dating someone as amazing as my best friend, that's a great sign. Like, wow, thanks. That means a lot to me. And my best friend's awesome. Of course, I always wish her the best. To let the record show, I've been over his broke ass. Like, once all that shit went down, I was completely over him. Like, no use in liking or still having feelings for someone who's hurt you. That's so stupid. Like I said, it's useless liking someone who doesn't like you back, and it's useless liking someone who you can't be with. But it's even worse liking someone who hurt you so bad. I cried every day, every night, every fucking evening, afternoon, all the time. Not for him, but for me, because I knew I lost myself. Do you know how upsetting it is when your own sister tells you, you know, you don't seem the same, like, you changed. You know what I mean? That's terrible. It breaks my heart over and over again, just remembering that. I freshened up my standards and I'm holding them up high. I am deadbolting them, man. I swear. And right now I am happy where I'm at. I am not into anybody. I have no interest. I'm not seeing anyone. I just feel good. Now, many people always wonder like what I'm into, what kind of people I'm attracted to. It goes the same way for both men and women. Y'all have to be funny. Y'all have to have at least some talent. Draw, sing, dance, something. Don't be a one-trick pony. I like my men and women meaty, with meat on their bones. When it comes to guys, I like them tall. All the guys I've dated were tall and they had really, really deep voices. I love my men with deep voices. It's fucking sexy. Like my men, I like them tall because I'm 5'8" for a female. I know it's crazy. First I was 5'6" and then I was 5'7". Now I'm 5'8". It's because I've had situations with short men who think they're better than me. Like they always, got very alerted because it was like, oh, that girl's trying to steal my girl, even though they're not even dating, they're just exes or they're not even nothing to each other at all. With short guys with very tall egos, it's like, ugh, gross. Like a lot of them are conceited. I mean, look at Gina Davis and Sigourney Weaver. Damn, ooh. But a lot of the girls I dated were either my height, but mostly a lot of them all were pretty shorter than me. It's not my fault. I didn't tell God to make me 5'8". And I really want them to be open-minded when it comes to like other things, you get me? Because there's like these stuck-up people that only like one type of music, and then they'll just like talk shit about what you do, the kind of music you like, That's fucked up. That's boring. You don't want those boring people, hipster like assholes. Like they might not be hipster, but they won't act like one for sure. I like it when my people have manners, who are patient and understanding with me, who love affection as much as I do, who will appreciate my hugs. I told you, I just want the simple little things. And I like it when they like Halloween, because I fucking love Halloween. Who doesn't like Halloween? I also love them to be sane. Like them to be like to themselves, There's like people who like overdo it by, broadcasting their relationships on IG and Twitter and shit. Like, I'm not into that, Like certain celebrities that overdo it, like date someone and then they broadcast it a lot and then out of nowhere they're with somebody else and it's like, hey, what happened to that other person, I'm just happy I got to learn all this shit before. There's a few more things I still need to learn, of course, but all like the hardest ones like I just went through. Yeah, no, I'm learning. But like Enya always says, or sings actually, only time. Please stay strong, stay honest, and please stay patient, especially with yourself. You don't want to be like them, and you definitely don't want to be like them. And don't be too hard on yourself either. You don't want to be like me. These are the things I've always wanted to talk about, but I never really found how to or where to. So I'm like, hey, I might as well do it right now, right? And yes, I admit I am a hopeless romantic. I am romantically hopeless. But I live with it. I deal with it. So it's like, fuck it. It makes my songs extra meaningful. Alright, I'm gonna let y'all go now. I am getting hungry.